How many hits of inspiration have you received? Having a sudden spark of inspiration, a good idea, a business idea, or an idea to take action or create something in that area where you feel things are not flowing, whether it's work, your business, your relationship. You sit around, you feel comfortable. It's that time of the week where you're just chilled and you're having a great conversation, and suddenly you're inspired to a thought, a great idea. Some of us have great ideas that we've had for years. They don't take off. Why does that happen? Because we talk ourselves out of our alignment with that which we've created. Everything that you're meant to do here, everything that's going to bring you the most joy and the greatest value is already in your energy bank, it's in your vortex. But we have a tendency in moments of alignment to receive those hits of inspiration, and we're receiving it directly from our inner being that knows that there is that business, there is that that offering, there is that relationship, there is that house, there is that situation that is waiting for us, that's been waiting for us. And we're getting another hit of inspiration to get into alignment with the vibration of it. If you can visualize something, if you can feel something and what it would feel like to have it, it means it's already there waiting for you. But we talk ourselves out of things. And the reason why we do that is because we get the hit of inspiration when we're in alignment with our inner being. And I've been talking about sharing with you guys the difference of experiencing yourself through the channel, through the broadcast that is the old world, that is the matrix and the old programming, and that is the 3D frequency, just to put it plainly, or the new world, which is a higher consciousness where there's unconditional love and there's more alignment, and it is a world where money's different for you, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with money, your relationship with your purpose, everything is different. How you experience yourself, the world you meet, because the world you're meeting, the people you're meeting are just an extension of you. You are your world. This is just technology through which you're experiencing this world. All of that is experienced on a different vibrational level, in a different vibrational relationship. So what happens is when we're in alignment, we find ourselves just moving into that other broadcast. We move up the vibrational scale and we feel ourselves just without realizing that we've just moved in closer to the 5D, and then we get that hit of inspiration. Why? Because we've moved into our body, we've thought about what we like, we thought about our preferences and how it feels. So we connect with our feeling self. And when you connect with yourself, you connect to the part of you that is source. When you're experiencing your reality, when you experiencing yourself through your thoughts, through your mind, you're experiencing it through your ego. You're disconnected from your true self. You're plugged into the program. And you think you're experiencing reality. But in those moments where you're just relaxing and you don't even know you're doing it, but you're having a great conversation, you're like, oh, this is what life's about, and I'm feeling excited, and I'm talking about my preferences. So now you're feeling into your body. I'm not thinking so much about what's happening outside of me and what I need to achieve and what I need to reach and how I feel about that person and how I feel about that thing. And is it, thinking. I'm not talking about really feeling it, but thinking. I think I feel that. I think I feel that. I think I feel that. You're plugged in. You're not tuned in to source. But then you have that moment where you just chill out and you have a great conversation, or you listen to music you love, or you talk to a friend that just really uplifts you or helps you get into the zone because you talk about stuff you love. Now you're feeling into your body because vibrationally you're feeling into all of your senses. You're here with yourself. You're giving space to your preferences. You're declaring to yourself and to the universe, what I prefer matters. And you click into alignment. And then you get this hit of inspiration. Great idea. Everything is fully formed in your mind. And then you think yourself out of that. Why? Because then you let the ego take over. Because you don't actually practice being in alignment tuning into that 5D frequency. You don't channel, being in that space where you're receiving, where you tuned into and you connected to your GPS, okay, your emotional guidance system, and source, the part of you that is source. You by default just go back into plugging into the ego. And the ego can only interpret reality through the matrix, the old programming. And just because the world has gone through a shift and we're elevating in consciousness doesn't mean that what was disappears. Nothing ceases to exist. Nothing ever stops existing. Everything that ever was will continue to be. You just need to make a deliberate choice. But because we don't, by default we plugged in and we don't realize anything's changed. But what starts to happen is, instead of knowing, oh, this is good, this is good for me, this is going to feel good, this is going to inspire so many people, your brain starts asking questions. Will people really like it? Is it going to work? Am I going to have enough time? Is it interesting enough? Am I going to be wasting my time? Will people value this enough to be willing to exchange energy for it or to pay for it? Now you're in the place of the question, which means you are no longer tuned into and in alignment with the part of yourself that is soul, source, the divine feminine, which is the only leadership. You can only create your reality and lead yourself towards that next best thing and next best thing and next best thing, and be a part of the collective leadership that leads a collective towards that next best thing and attracts all these people that are ready for that next best thing that you are offering. So what happens? It dies under all of those questions, because it's not plugged in. There is no fuel for it. It's not being fed. It's being snuffed out. That's what happens. So when you're in a place where you know you should be doing something, you're feeling uninspired, you feel like you need to motivate yourself, you're by default plugged into the old world, the part of yourself that perceives who you are and your reality through the old world. Your ego is leading. You are not. Your inner being, the part of you that is soul, that is self, is not. So things are not being fueled, and everything feels harder. And everything that you see through that a lens of fear and anxiety and overwhelm and negativity. And it's okay that we find ourselves there. Habits are hard to break. When you go to sleep at night, you disconnect from this reality. When you come back into this body, by default, unless you're deliberately tuning into that higher programming, I'm going to call it higher programming, a higher system, because all this is technology and programming. Unless you're tuning into that new broadcast, that new radio station, that is love, light, alignment, where you are tuned into you, the part of you that is source, by default, you're tuning into the ego, the matrix, and what always was. And it doesn't matter what practices you have. You can be a spiritual practitioner. It can be religion. It can be science. It can be whatever. You can have new words and new information, but you're still experiencing it on that frequency. The information doesn't automatically move you to a new place. You understand? And so it's the difference between primary school maths and, I suppose, specialized maths or university math. There's a difference. It's still called maths, but how you're able to connect to it and what you're able to do with it is different. So you have to practice being, not mindfulness, consciousness. Out of the mind into the body, out of the mind into the body. From there you can connect to everything from the part of you that is source.